Blog Talk Radio.
You are listening to Nat Turner Library Radio, featuring authors Michael Muhammad and Khalifa Muhammad. Nat Turner Library Radio.
You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Network. If you are offended by black people discussing our suffering, black people discussing our struggle, and black people talking about solutions to our problems, then this show is not for you. You have been warned. Nat Turner Library Radio.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. I am your host, Brother Michael Muhammad, executive producer, author, but most of all, I'd like to be called your brother. Today's date is March 26th, 2020, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's subject is a soldier in the movement of Christ. My brother, my representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan here in the Southern Region, Regional Minister, Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, a man who deserves your attention, and a man in which tonight we will talk about his long-awaited book, two books actually, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ by our Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. This is a part one. Brothers and sisters, it is called In the Beginning, and I recommend that you get it. Go to www.abdulsharif.com. You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, and I'd like to begin tonight's show by saying, in the name of Allah the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the one God who appeared to us 9,000 miles by himself, who did come to us in the person of a well-made man to teach us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of the God and knowledge of our enemy. I speak none other of Master Wali Fard Muhammad, and I thank him for finding a worthy servant, the humble man of Georgia who has now risen to be the exalted Christ, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and I thank them both for leaving in our midst a man who deserves our attention, a light in the darkness, a man who called me out of the darkness October 16th, 1995, and a man who our guest tonight, Student Minister Abdul Sharif, represents, and that is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is in their names I wish to greet my audience of Nat Turner Library Radio Show and those that are guests for the first time. In the words of peace, we say it in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum, that just simply means may peace be unto you all. For those who are not familiar, in Hebrew we say Shalom Alaikum. Habarigani is just simply Swahili for what is the news. It's a proper greeting. For our Kemetic science family, we say Hotep. And to my Nawapian, Sabian brothers and sisters who may be listening in the ancient Anunnaki language, we say Rahubat. And to Brother Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, Emeritus, and Chairman Hashim Akhenaten Azinga, and spokesperson Yah Sentawa of the New Black Panther Party, we say Black Power. to the Nat Turner Gun Club, as well as the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Black Power fist to you, brothers and sisters, as well. To my 5% family, peace to the gods and the earths. And to my good Christian family, wherever you may be, praise the Lord. And to all others who are just listening in and you just want to find out what we're talking about, good evening and welcome to another episode. We are in Season 4 of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Some of you may be wondering, why do we call it the Nat Turner Library Radio Show? Well, Nat Turner was the first black preacher, first man who was given the scripture after our sojourn here in the hell of North America, and who was given the responsibility to teach the slaves a method of religion that was designed to give them more appeal to the slave master and more subservience. But after some time, Nat Turner decided that the scripture he was reading, the God of that scripture did not want him to kowtow and capitulate and bow down to an oppressive system. And so he used that very idea of freedom, justice, and equality that the God of creation teaches, and he decided that with the level of wickedness that the slave master had demonstrated to the original man and woman of North America here in the hell of North America, he decided that a final solution to this problem was complete elimination as well as separation from our open enemy and our slave master and his children. And so he led a rebellion in Southampton County, Virginia, wherein him and 13 others decided that they were going to take the lives of those that oppressed them. This is called freedom. This is called justice. And so in that spirit, the founder of the Nat Turner Library, Elder Khalif Baba, we say affectionately, which just means wise elder, Baba Khalif Khalifa, who is the founder of the Nat Turner Library. He's better known as the owner and founder of United Brothers and United Sisters Books and Things. For those who've been around the Nation of Islam a long time and been around black consciousness, he was the only brother who was publishing after the family or the Warfdeen Muhammad group decided to take the Nation of Islam then after 1975 in a different direction. And so he decided to take, Elder Baba Khalifa decided to take the publication of Message to the Black Man, How to Eat to Live, Our Savior Has Arrived, and he decided to publish them when it was not popular to do so. And when our teacher and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, decided to step up again and rebuild the work of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he came to brothers like Elder Khalif Khalifa of United Brothers, United Sisters Books and Things, and decided to recover those great writings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And in that spirit, we thank him. He and Elder Baba Khalifa, that is, he and his dearly departed wife, Sister Rita Fard Khalifa, they had the vision of capturing every black book published here in the hell of North America and ultimately the world, and decided to take that vision and buy and purchase and house every book you can think of that was written by a black person. That is what freedom, justice, and equality is, and it's in that spirit the library is titled Nat Turner Library. In this radio show, I was presented the opportunity by Elder Baba Khalifa a few years ago to head up the library radio show along with my good friend, his son, Khalifa Muhammad, who is a good man who is the author of a book that you should go purchase. It is called Frequently Asked Questions of the Nation of Islam, 100 Questions and Answers for the Most Misunderstood about our beloved Nation of Islam, FAQ, Nation of Islam, or Nation of Islam FAQ. If you've been a believer for a long time, or if you're a person who is thinking about the Nation of Islam, or you have questions, I suggest you buy this ebook. It is $5. If you go to my website, bromichaelmuhammad.com, my website is BromichaelMuhammad.com. Brothers and sisters, you'll find links to many things. Okay, so if you go to the Black Business Directory section of the website, bromichaelmuhammad.com, you're going to have a religion section. And underneath the religion section, brothers and sisters, you will find clothing. You will find health-related subjects, which we'll get to in just a moment. You'll find ministry. You'll see links to student minister Ilrashad Muhammad, author of UFOs and Nation of Islam, student minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, the national representative. You'll find links to her site and her books. You'll find links to student minister, regional minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, our guest tonight. His site is Abdul Sharif Muhammad. Dr. Wesley and his publications, student minister Abdul Muhammad. Our official Nation of Islam site. The Final Call website, Dr. Ridgely's Muhammad Farm site, student minister Dimitri Muhammad's site. And, of course, the link that I just mentioned to my brother, the chairman of the Nat Turner Library, Brother Khalifa Muhammad, Nation of Islam Frequently Asked Questions. Please go to that site, noifaq.com, purchase the ebook, and you'll find some links to some causes, including our good brother Jesse Muhammad of the Final Call, and also blackandmissing.com, and the 10,000 Fearless site, Economic Blueprint site. Go to bromichaelmuhammad.com and click on the Black Business Directory. I also want to mention, brothers and sisters, before we get too deep in the show, I want to mention that there is a sister. There is a sister. I'll say it again. There is a sister who is making, I heard that there are many others that are making masks are washable. She's making face masks. They're of good quality. My wife and I purchased some, and I suggest you do so as well. And I'm going to play her a clip real quick of her commercial that you will hear several times throughout the show tonight and in coming shows. I know there's people out there making masks. I don't have your information, but this is a sister who is willing to take your order and ship it to you and get it to you in a few days. Sister Angel Muhammad, here is her commercial.
This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home. This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sister Angel Muhammad is a sister I've communicated with. Beautiful spirit. Her husband, and children. Wonderful people. You can see a link to their Instagram page if you didn't get that. You can also call her directly at area code 937-624-9764. This is the information that she left on that commercial. If you go to bromichaelmuhammad.com, BROMICHAELMUHAMMAD.com. Click on the health link, okay? You're going to find a lot of stuff there. You're going to see a wonderful, cute little sister, her daughter, who is modeling one of the masks that is made for young people. Sister Angel also provides masks for adults as well as men. She has different styles, different colors, and they're washable, and they're affordable. Please support sister. Get your mask. Do not be one of these people who will be suffering from the COVID-19. We're going to do all we can to prevent that. I spoke with Dr. Aleem Muhammad, who was our guest 2 weeks ago. Earlier today, we spoke for an hour. He's saying that there's new information out there, brothers and sisters, that some states are predicting an 80% penetration of COVID-19. You don't have to be part of that 80%, or we know in the Nation of Islam, you don't want to be part of that 85% deaf, dumb, and blind, poison animal eaters. And this poison that we're talking about tonight is COVID-19. You don't want to have that. Get you a mask if you don't have one. If you're not using one, please go and buy one from our sister, Sister Angel Muhammad, at 937-624-9764, or go to Instagram. That's the only way you can get to her, is by Instagram with that number, I Am Learning at Home. And she will have the information as well to order. please do so. Also, brothers and sisters, when you go to bromichaelmuhammad.com, nothing supports this show except you, brothers and sisters. You can buy my ebook, Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, The Black Woman. You can also buy the paperback. We have several copies that are ready for signatures. I'm sending out for this particular show tonight, 10 copies, $20 each, okay, with signature. You'll get those in a few days. All right. You can also buy one of many T-shirts. On my site, you have the shirts that are displayed in white. That's just a holder for the site. But we have many colors, many exotic colors, including yellow, black, and gold, and beautiful colors. It's not just white. We have shirts for brothers and sisters. We have our Checkmate shirt, which I highly recommend, of the book cover. That's a shirt that is very, very high quality. We're selling these shirts for $20 plus $5 shipping and handling. For those who are looking for essential oils, I know you're amongst your people at home. I got a complete list, if you click on essential oils, of some of the best fragrances you can find anywhere this side of Saudi Arabia and of the Darbar region of Africa, okay? These are selected oils. These aren't cheap stuff. We got sandalwoods. We got Fajr musk, Egyptian musk, Tunisian sandalwood, stuff like that. I got the $5 sizes. I got $10 sizes. All you have to do, some of them are $7, okay? All you got to do is tell me what it is you need. Contact me with my phone number or email, or place the order on there, and then we'll get in contact with you and you'll find out your size. We got fragrances for everybody. Again, brothers and sisters, tonight's subject is a soldier in the movement of Christ. Our guest will be forthcoming, Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, who was a longtime Supreme Captain of the Nation of Islam, world traveler with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan all across the world, doing the work of the Christ. He is now assigned as the regional student minister here in the southern region, and we thank Allah for his assignment here. Tonight you'll see why. He is a man of few words and lots of action. He is a man that has the spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who loves the people, and he loves the mission of helping. And you're going to see before the night is over that. He is working right now with the laboring staff of the southern region, and he may be delayed a little, but we'll get him on as soon as we can. You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. How you can reach us. You can go also to black-e-books.com and buy some other ebooks. For the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, a lot of our updates and the news you'll hear tonight and other nights, go to Facebook. Click on Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Okay, when type that in, like our page so you get our notifications, and then you can also see many of the articles that we have posted. You go to Instagram, go to Nat_Turner_Library_Radio. Like that page. Follow us on Twitter as well. NTLR-Radio. That's NTLR-Radio. YouTube, go to youtube.com/Nat Turner Library Radio. All one word. Vimeo, if you want to watch our podcast, you see it on YouTube. You see some other presented videos that we've done in the past. You can also go to Vimeo, Vimeo, by going to vimeo.com/NTLR, which just simply stands for Nat Turner Library Radio Show. BroMichaelMuhammad.com, so you can support me and the show. We don't get any government money, believe that. YouTube doesn't pay me. YouTube doesn't pay me. I'll say it again, YouTube doesn't pay me. They're too afraid to do so. We got some real information here tonight. You're listening to the latest episode of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Yes?
It is time for the news with Sister Tan.
All right. It sure is time for the news with Sister Tangela. Favorite part of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, according to what I've heard. Sister Tangela, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you just fine. Well, alaikum salam. Welcome to the episode of A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. Interview with Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. How are you feeling tonight, Sister Tangela?
Pretty very well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. The sun was shining for the first time in days, it seemed like today, Sister Angela. So, by Allah's permission,
yes,
I'm feeling well. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Just
Well,
a little
Sister
tired.
Angela, a little tired, but that means you've been doing some work, as a wise man once spoke. Well, what you
Sure.
got for us in the news tonight?
All right, family. Greetings to each and every one of you. The first article is from NBCNews.com. The Senate passes a massive $2 trillion coronavirus spending bill. The Senate passed a massive $2 trillion stimulus package late Wednesday night, which is meant to soften the economic blow of the coronavirus pandemic for American workers and businesses. The 880-page bill was voted unanimously 96-0. So now the bill goes to the House of Representatives, and they're hoping to have that bill passed by Friday. They expect it to pass with no issues in the House, and then go straight to the President Trump's desk, where he will sign off on the bill, and hopefully soon the Americans will start getting some relief for those who are now suffering. The unemployment rate is now at 3 million. 3 million people filed for unemployment this week. That's how many people are suffering. Yeah, that filed just this last week for unemployment. 3 million people. And just for an idea of how many people were filed, the week before that, only 840,000 people filed. So just in 1 week, 3 million people filed. So, so hopefully that'll go to his desk by Friday and have it signed. Then hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can start actually receiving some relief to the public. The actual bill itself.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The bill itself includes $100 billion in assistance for hospitals, $350 billion in assistance for small businesses, $500 billion for aid to corporations, including airline companies and cruise lines, and about $150 billion for state and local stimulus funds. That's how it's going to be breaking down.
So what I'm hearing.
Did you have a question, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You got a master's degree in business. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. They're putting in $2 trillion, right?
$2 trillion into the economy.
Just basically monopoly money.
Pretty much.
Now, what are they hoping? And I'm asking a question. Are they hoping that this is going to people just all of a sudden go out and store and buy stuff with this money?
Yes, they're hoping this is going to help stimulate the economy. That's what they're hoping is going to happen. You hear President Trump, he's hoping that the economy and everything will be back open by Easter. So he's hoping in the next 2 weeks that we can, get these checks rolling, get these checks out to people, and everything will be back to the way it was in the next 2 weeks. And unfortunately, he's living in an alternate reality.
Yeah,
this doesn't work that way.
You and I watch the news, and brothers and sisters that are listening, I hate being the bearer of bad news, but these hospitals and the people who need these supplies that they quote unquote are getting, they're not getting to the hospitals. They're not getting to the people. They don't have the tests. I spoke to Dr. Aleem. He told me he has some sources that can get major supplies for cities and whatnot, but they don't want to deal with the federal government. They'd rather deal with private institutions.
Right.
That's what's going on behind the scenes, brothers and sisters. And
that is true.
I'm here to tell you, we have no choice but to unify and pull our resources amongst ourselves and get thousands of us, organization by organization, the Nation of Islam. We can get together with the Israelites. We can get together with the Moorish Science Temple and all the other groups, put together with some churches and say, look, let's go ahead and buy 100,000, 200,000, or whatever we need and give it to our hospitals, to our people there. That's what we're going to need to do, and it's going to require some high-level work. That's a solution, because federal government is no more. The federal government is trying to throw us money at us. They give it to everybody,
Yeah.
So
they are.
Thank you for that. What's the next article?
The next article is from Forbes.com. All you want to know about those tax stimulus checks, but we're afraid to ask. This is a wonderful article that actually breaks down what those stimulus checks are and who actually is going to be, who's eligible for it, and how the checks is going to be distributed. So it says, when will I get a check? the checks can take up to 2 months to receive, but if you use direct deposit through the IRS, like for your refund checks or for, TNRS, then it'll go direct deposit based upon the bank account you have with the IRS. If you have filed your 2019 taxes, if you haven't filed 2019 taxes, they will use 2018 taxes information. Now, the check's going to be $1,200 per adult, $2,400 for married couples who file jointly, and an additional $500 per child. Now, the $500 per child is based off the tax credit information. So whatever the child tax credit qualification is, that's how they're going to base the $500 for that.
Gotcha.
Now, when it comes to salaries, the benefit goes down every $100 for those who make more than $75,000 per month, and those who have a combined joint return of $150,000 if it goes above that. So if you're one of those who you and your husband have a joint return of $150,000 or more, it phases out at $198,000. So if you're below the $150,000, you'll still get $2,400, and if you're below $75,000, you still get the full $1,200. But the money goes down $100 it drops down $5 for every $100 you're underneath that, over that $75,000 or over that $150,000. And they said over 90% of Americans qualify for the stimulus check, which is good. That's a good thing. Now, if you're on Social Security, yes.
Go ahead.
If you're on Social Security, yes, you will receive a check. If you retire, yes, you will receive a check. So if you don't have no income coming in, but you're on some type of government assistance, you will receive a check. So, that's a good thing. Those who may be on some type of benefit from the government, they will also receive a check, and if you're retired, you receive a check, which is wonderful. Now, the only thing about this whole stimulus check, y'all, this is an advance. So what they're failing to tell us is that in 2020, when you file your return, they're going to simply subtract that money you received from whatever refund you would typically get from the IRS.
Lord,
so this is an advance. This is an advance credit, pretty much. So this is the part that you don't hear in the news, is that this is an advance credit. No one is talking about that.
Wow.
That you think you're getting free money, when in essence, you're going to be paying it back one way or another when you file your 2020 tax return.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like an advance, pretty much.
So let me make sure I understand this, because I'm kind of slow. So government is going to get everybody, pretty much everybody going to get a check for $1,200, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then once this crisis is abated and you file taxes, if you get money back, they're going
2020 taxes.
2020 taxes. They're going to deduct this $1,200 that they gave you from.
Or whatever you receive in your stimulus package, your stimulus check, they're going to deduct that from your refund, exactly. So it's an advanced credit. It's what it's actually going to be.
So they want us to spend money now, not later.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
But what do you think? And I'm sitting there. I got a plan. And let me say this. Go ahead.
Honestly, that's okay. What they're doing is okay, because I know the government doesn't have free money just to give. They don't have $2 trillion just to give people. I can understand that. And I can understand the fact that right now people are hurting. People need money, so we try to give you some money now so that they can kind of float you through the next couple of months. To help with whatever situation you may have in your home. This is going to help you out, but next year you don't want that money back.
And the crazy part about that for me is I'm like, all right, you're going to give Ray and Keisha and them $1,200, and they think it's free money, and then when it comes for the time for them to do their taxes, they're gonna get that money back to the government. There's going to be some riots at these places now. You see what I'm saying? People don't understand
I'm sure.
that.
No, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. But for Ray and Keisha, they don't know how to do taxes. So they will have, when the tax preparer do their taxes, they won't have no idea that $1,200 is taken out of that check. They won't know that. They won't know that. They just know that,
Right.
if they're used to getting $5,000, $7,000, and this year they're only getting back $3,000, they just say, oh, look, the taxes done changed. Tax laws done changed.
Right. I got you.
And they won't have no
right.
questions.
They ain't gonna have no questions. They ain't gonna know no different know-how.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They won't know
Oh, I got you. Well, brothers and sisters, I got a suggestion. If we get this $1,200, and I'm sure they're gonna try hard not to give it to certain people, go to economicblueprint.org. Economicblueprint.org. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan set this fund up so that we, the black nation, can buy land. We need a lot of land to get free from this enemy that has been oppressing us. Take $100 out of that.
Yeah.
And let's if we had 50, well, let's get realistic. Let's say we had 10 million black folks. Took $100 out of that.
Gave $100
Put
each.
it into that. That's $1 billion. We can be free overnight. I think we should push that, Sister Tangela.
That's good.
$100. You ain't got to get all the money. Just $100. Just $100. Put it to economicblueprint.org. And let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna push that. We're gonna talk about that another time. What you got for us, Sister Tangela?
Okay. The next article is from Bloomberg.com. Restaurant suppliers are stuck with tons of unsold food. Now, this article talks to Franco Fellini, who is a vegetable and fruit seller for Natura Limited, and he typically sells to celebrity chefs premium price produce such as peaches from Italy and pomegranate from Sicily and melon tomatoes from Essex. So he usually sells very high quality fruits and vegetables. Well, now that people are not buying, celebrities and restaurants are not really purchasing any food, a lot of these companies who were depending on these big time restaurants and stuff like that, they're not open. Some of them may have takeout services or things like that, but if you have a high end restaurant, like he has like Gordon Ramsay restaurants and some of the steakhouses restaurants that he supplies, well, they're not buying anything. So a lot of these companies like his they're stuck with food that they can't sell. So they're having to find other means and other methods of trying to sell their food because they can't sell it to the celebrities or to these big time restaurants anymore.
Got you. So we got a food overage, basically, in some cases.
Well, it's the high end stuff. It's the big time high end restaurant. Now supermarkets, of course, need food, but supermarkets can't afford.
That's what I was about to say.
To buy.
They need to sell it to the supermarket.
White peaches from Italy and buy pomegranate from Sicily and. They can't afford to buy those kinds of produce.
Sister Tangela, don't nobody want nothing from Italy right now,
Yeah, you got that right.
Don't nobody want nothing.
That is
from
for
Italy.
sure.
Olive oil, tomatoes, we don't want nothing.
From Italy.
Nothing from Italy. We don't know what they got over there. If they still got a country.
What's going on over there?
Right. We don't want
true.
nothing.
Yeah. And the next article is from Yahoo.com. Federal law enforcement document reveals white supremacists discuss using coronavirus as a bioweapon. Now, the FBI has come across some Telegram. This is this app called Telegram, in which they have encrypted some messages from some white nationalists, and they're actually planning to target law enforcement agencies, quote unquote non-white communities. They made restaurants or malls or places in public where they can literally get on a doorknob or leave saliva in different places, so that people can catch coronavirus.
Wow.
You heard me right, exactly. Yes.
So the FBI ran across a memo that they somehow found that a white supremacist group is actively planning to somehow capture coronavirus and leave it on the doorknobs and handles,
elevator buttons, spreading germs any way they possibly can. Be out in public places where other people are, doing whatever, just trying to spread the germ, coronavirus, so that people will catch it.
There's a supreme wisdom lesson we have in the Nation of Islam that says something to this effect. We long to see the day when the devil is removed from the planet Earth. I pray night and day that the devil gets removed from the planet Earth. You can't make love or make association or make peace with an enemy who wants to kill you. And this article that Sister Tangela just read, brothers and sisters, basically it says that the FBI has proof evidence that a white supremacist group somewhere in the country, now, they want to use coronavirus and bring it to the black and minority communities, put it on your door handles, put it on your mosques, your churches.
Elevator, put it on surfaces. Yes.
All of that. Now, the FBI said they ran into this. All I can say is it's time for us to get the heck up out of this thing and deal with the truth. If you have an enemy who wants to spread coronavirus to us by capturing it, a white supremacist group, the FBI said that, well, that's what we want to do. All right, student Mr. Abdul Sharif Muhammad, I see you there, sir. We're going to get to you in just a moment, sir. And
all right, the last article we have is from blacknews.com. Meet the woman who just acquired Elijah Muhammad's renowned Chicago mansion. In the 45th year since his physical departure, the former mansion of Elijah Muhammad in the historic Chicago Kenwood neighborhood, home to iconic African Americans such as President Barack Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and former Chicago Mayor Harold Washington, is being restored. Business and real estate developer Wendy L. Muhammad acquired the home and is currently renovating it and reviving the home to landmark status. The new culture center has been named Sajda House. The project is not only a labor... Yes, Sajda House. Sajda House. The project is not only a labor of love, dedication, and restoration, but a symbol of black history, civil rights, women's rights, cultural equality, American history, and an opportunity to preserve and share a very important part of American history. Now, once the National House of Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad's home was once the center of economic and political development from the 1950s to the 1970s. There is no other property in the world that has been graced by more iconic African Americans such as the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Coretta Scott King, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Stokely Carmichael, Sam Cooke, Adam Clayton Powell, Louis Farrakhan, and many, many more. It was originally built in 1892 and has a unique architectural blend of the historical vernacular Chicago Square Renaissance and arts and craft design. Now, they're trying to have this open by Elijah Muhammad's birthday in October of 2020. So they're planning a big grand opening, and they're going to start selling tickets, they said, sometime this summer. So it said keep an eye out looking for it, but it's the Sajda House. So keep your eyes out for tickets that will be sold online only for this opportunity to come and visit.
All praises due to Allah for Sister Wendy Muhammad. Wendy Muhammad, brothers and sisters, has a website. She got some paper now. She is I'm on her site. Her website is wendymuhammad.com. She's a multi-million-dollar master business real estate developer. And we thank Allah for Sister buying the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that Sajda House, and restoring it and keeping it away from the enemy or anyone else. So she has a good website that talks about her investment. We suggest to go to it. And brothers and sisters, we want you to also go to our guest site tonight, AbdulSharif.com, www.abdulsharif.com, and support the book. Sister Tangela, was that our last article?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Brother Michael.
Praise be to Allah. We thank you, Sister Tangela, for the news tonight. May Allah continue to bless you to give us, the original man and woman, the news that we need in this dark hour. We need to know what kind of news is out there. And brothers and sisters, the guest of the hour, the guest of this show tonight, is going to be forthcoming. Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad is on the line waiting. He's going to give us his history. We're going to talk about this beautiful book and two books, actually. We're going to talk about the great accomplishments of this true warrior for Allah, a soldier in the movement of Christ, a man who has spent his entire adulthood fighting for freedom, justice, and equality for you. And I'm going to help you to see that tonight, that this man deserves your time here on the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. 515-605-9762, brothers and sisters. If you know someone, all of us are inside. There's nothing on TV worth it. Tell them to call in and listen in. Tell them to go to, if the lines are too busy, tell them to go to blogtalkradio.com, blogtalkradio.com. Type in Nat Turner Library Radio Show and listen to the current show live. 515-605-9762. When we return after this commercial break, we're going to listen and talk to our regional student minister of the Southern Region, representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, coming up after this, Nat Turner Library Radio Show.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home. This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home.
Bellevue Spa wants to help you with your healthy journey. You can call us at 678-769-5772, or you can check out the Healthy Quest tab on BellevueSpa.com. With the coronavirus running rapid through the countries, we ship nationwide, offering immune-boosting products such as elderberry syrup, sea moss gel and supplements, and don't forget your date syrup. Can all be purchased at BellevueSpa.com, or you can call us at 678-769-5772 to place your order. Sea moss is a great anti-inflammatory. It has anti-cancer properties, 92 of the 103 minerals the body needs to boost your immune, and it aids in weight loss. We call it a superfood. Elderberry is great for colds, cough, builds the immune system. It eases sinus pain, back and leg pain, nerve pain, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Elderberry helps with constipation, hay fever, and allergies. Call Bellevue Spa at 678-769-5772 to place an order or check out our website at BellevueSpa.com, BelleJuspa.com, and check out the Healthy Quest tab.
FinalCall.com. FinalCall.com. One word, FinalCall.com. The award-winning website for the realest and most accurate black news available on the planet. FinalCall.com. Fair, reasonable, accurate, and inclusive. We are a unifying website. FinalCall.com. Go there today.
Attracted some of the most brilliant, award-winning musicians shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Chilling with the president, he let me in the White House. Back to the castle with the minister.
Support this project from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by going to letschangetheworldmusic.com. That's letschangetheworldmusic.com. You may also simply type in lctwmusic.com. That's lctwmusic.com. Support your own, support yourself.
The internet is full of half-truths and all-out lies. We've all seen them, and many people on social media complaining about it. Here's your chance to show and prove. WorldAfropedia.com is a black-owned and operated encyclopedia. There are several thousand articles, but we need help. We can't uncover all the truth ourselves. So please, join us and become a writer, editor, or blogger for WorldAfropedia.com today. Every little bit counts. We owe it to the future generations to put the truth out there. Visit WorldAfropedia.com, the African-centered encyclopedia, a global database of African knowledge for the purpose of bringing about global African wisdom and understanding. WorldAfropedia.com.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
It's your brother here, Michael Muhammad from Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brothers and sisters, I have recently launched my new writing, Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, which is dedicated to the study of the mind of the black woman and how our enemies have attacked the black woman to get to ultimately the black community. But I also have a website, bromichaelmuhammad.com, BROMICHAELMUHAMMAD.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. On this, you will see me. You will see the M6X apparel, which has beautiful shirts, 100% organic black shirt. For the sisters, we have the Be Yourself, Love Yourself shirt. The shirt that says, I'm not a toy for a little boy, I need a man with a plan. And for our conscious sisters, modesty is loving yourself. When you disrespect women, you destroy the future for everyone. We have the shirts of 100% organic black, which gives all the attributes of our organic black man and woman. We have Honor Thy Mother and Thy Father. We have the 100% Black God shirt, one of the most popular. We have the Know Your Enemy shirt with the atrocities that have happened to the black man and woman of North America on the back. And we also have the Checkmate book cover shirt in many different colors. We also have fragrances are available. You just simply have to tell me which one you need. And these are all the things you can find on bromichaelmuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. The website, you can go to it from your e-reader, you can go to it from your tablet, you can go to it from your PC. You can also reach me directly at michaelasia33@gmail.com. It's michaelasia33@gmail.com. You may also call me direct at 678-906-6306. Peace.
I am a warner from God. I might as well get it out, because there are some things that are about to happen that only a change in the behavioral pattern of those in positions of power can stop. The nations are angry, and God's wrath has come. It is the time of the deprived to be given justice. Well, what are you advocating, Farrakhan? Revolution? I'm advocating justice, but revolution is already taking place.
Nat Turner Library Radio.
a soldier in the movement of Christ. A man tonight who is known by many titles over the years. A man over the years that I've grown to love more and more. He's a soldier true to the name in the movement of Christ. I speak none other than student regional minister of the Southern region, Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. Student Minister Sharif, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I'm here, and thank you, Brother Michael, for allowing me to come on. You're beautiful.
Well, thank you, and welcome. Let me get some applause for you. Welcome to Student Minister Sharif to another episode of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. It is our honor that we have you here. I told my wife, Student Minister Sharif, the other day, I said, over the years, I've interviewed a lot of people from all types of titles who claim this. They got doctorate in this and that. I said, but the best human beings that I've ever interviewed, the ones that I love to interview, are people who are doers of the work. And, sir, you are a doer of the work of Allah. Thank you. Thank you.
To Allah. Thank you.
I want to open up, brothers and sisters, and first let me greet you in the words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
Brothers and sisters who don't know who we are dealing with tonight, we're dealing with a man who our teacher and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, gave several times very special recognition. Ms. Sharif, back in 2016 when we hosted the delegation from Chicago and our teacher and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he had brought you before the people, and he gave you some special recognition. For those who were not there, I'd like to play that 1-minute clip so they know the type of man they're dealing with tonight. May I do so, sir?
Yes, sir. Please. Thank you.
All praise Allah. Here is what the minister had to say about our brother tonight, Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad.
Brother Sharif. Brother Sharif. Brother Sharif and all of mosque number 15 and 15B, thank you for allowing us the privilege to be here in the Fox Theater. Every seat sold out in every part of the building. I want to thank you for what you're doing in the Bluff. I want to thank you for looking out for the poor. I want to thank you for trying to ease the pain of those who suffer.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Ms. Sharif, that's a perfect segue. I'd like to have you continue to talk to us about your anything you'd like to mention to the audience. You know, we're dealing with a lot of stuff today. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get started with the interview?
Yeah, I'd just like to remind everybody that over the Bluff, the work is still going on, and because of this surge with this so-called virus that's happening, the support we still need at 10,000 Phyllis Kenya to feed our people, clothe our people, and we need the support. So if everybody could continue just to give a little donation, or bring a donation by. If you're scared, just do a drive-by. We'll come out and get it from you. But we need the support to continue so we can help our people in that area over there, because, the first thing that goes is to help the poor. That goes first. But we're over there every day, 7 days a week, doing everything. Brother Barry is there on point with his staff, helping the people every day. So we need the support. So we all could just come and send a little donation, whatever you could do to help us over there. We appreciate it.
And what's the best way for the people, let's say there's a brother or sister listening in California, what's the best way for them to donate to the 10,000 Fearless efforts over here in the Bluff?
What they could do, they can cash out. They can cash out something to $ Sharif 15. $ Sharif 15. Stay in California,
okay, that's
wherever you are.
Yes, sir.
Sharif 15.
Okay.
$
I'm going to put
Sharif. SHARRIEFF. 2 R's.
Okay, and then
15. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the number's 15 after that. Is that right?
Right, that's correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that on by the Nat Turner page, brothers and sisters. If you want to know, there's help needed at the 10,000 Fearless Building. Cash App $ Sharif 15, $ Sharif 15, and that'll go. I donate every time I get some money. I donate to the 10,000 Fearless.
That's right.
Ms.
Appreciate it.
Ms. Sharif, when you were Supreme Captain, one of my captains was a brother named Lonnie Muhammad, and Brother Lonnie once told me that if a believer or a person has money, they put their money into what they believe. And
that's right. That's right.
He said that he learned that from you, and this was 20 years ago. So I've been using that same statement. If brothers and sisters, if you believe in helping those that are less fortunate than yourself, it's best to donate to the efforts where that is actually going. And so the 10,000 Fearless is in, well, at least it was, the worst part of Atlanta, the biggest city in the Southeast. And I thank you for your efforts there, Ms. Sharif. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome, man. Thank you.
Well, let's get into the book. You published this book, and I heard it's selling like hotcakes over at Savior's Day. Is that right?
Oh, yes, sir. But we want everybody to continue to buy it, purchase it, please.
Praise be to Allah.
I wrote the book for like 3 prongs. One, I wanted them to know more about the Nation of Islam. Second, I wanted them to really get the chance to see Dr. Louis Farrakhan and pray to Allah that they begin to get closer to him through the words that God has blessed me to write about him and my personal relationship with him, and hope that many people will come to the nation because of that, because of my life story, what I've gone through in Islam, turning me around, hoping that I could reach others out there to know that no matter what you're going through, you can change. I'm going to say it again. No matter what you're going through or have been, can change. And I'm hoping my book will be able to help many see that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I want to talk about some sections that I have read when I was reading your book, and I'm so happy that you wrote this book because it's important for brothers like me who are students of history to know the history of our strongest soldiers. And you, by far, Brother Sharif, are one of the strongest soldiers the Nation of Islam has ever had. And I'll prove that tonight before time is up. We're going to prove that with fact. And I know for certain that you are. And on page 29 for the audience, you were talking about how you were buying tapes from the Final Call Administration Building back in the 80s.
Yes, sir.
And this is the part that when I was reading it the other night, I was up to about 2 in the morning, and I was reading this, and I didn't realize it was getting that late, and I said, wait a minute. Wow, let me get out of here and finish it. And I finished the rest of it, or most of it, I should say, today. And it's a page turner, brothers and sisters. Go to AbdulSharif.com. Go to AbdulSharif.com. One of the things I found interesting is you were talking about how you were so interested in learning more about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan through some tapes you had heard. Now, tapes, for those who don't know, were the precursor to CDs, which are now MP3s. Don't nobody use CDs or tapes anymore. But back in the 80s, all we had was tapes.
Yes, sir.
And so, yes, sir. And you were talking about a brother named David X who came by the store.
Right.
And he had some tapes of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and you were so intrigued that you wanted some more. I share that same story. First time I heard the minister speak, I said, wait a minute, I need another one. I need another one.
Mm-hmm.
I need another one. And I want you to comment on this next section. What I found interesting is you said you wanted to get a whole bunch of tapes for your store, so you called the Final Call Administration Building, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan answered himself.
Yes, sir. At that time, the tape department was at the minister's house because he was still working at his house. He was just getting started, and it was in his basement of his house on Damon Street in Chicago. And I got the phone number, and I called because I was so excited. I wanted to order some tapes, some more tapes. And the minister answered the phone, and I was blown because I didn't really know him. I just had heard him through a tape. And he was so kind and gentle and soft-spoken because I was excited. I was talking all fast. And he said, I told him what I wanted to do, and he said, brother, let me pass you with that department after I talked to him. And he passed over to the department. Man, I ordered about $200-something worth of tape that day. And they sent it right away, right on off. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
The beautiful thing about that part of the book, it shows how hands-on and how loving our teacher and guide really is. Because
that's right.
People love to say that, you know, we in the Nation of Islam, we think we're better than people, or they say the minister think this and that. And I'm like, you don't know none of these people. The minister is a man who loves the people, and so is Student Minister Abdul Sharif. And this proves it. Your testimony here proves it.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah.
Always be humble. That's the key, to be humble and love our people and not do a lot of talking, but let's do the work. That's what I've always tried to do, is do the work to be productive, you know.
Yes, sir. Well, that brings to another section. Another part that stuck out was on page 55, the chapter titled Patience and Long-Suffering. And
yes, sir.
And I remember when I first came in the ranks 20-something years ago at study group, I didn't quite know what was long-suffering. So I had the student minister there up in Virginia where I was. He was explaining what so I asked the question, what's long-suffering? And student minister Shelton at that time at study group 57, he said, long-suffering is close to patience. And he said, you got to have some long-suffering spirit in order to deal with black folk. And I said, that's for sure. And I was orientating at the time, so I said, that's for sure. You go on in the book to talk about when you first became a lieutenant, and this is the thing that made me smile. You said you told the brothers, give me all the brothers in the mosque that you can't get no work out of. And you said they laughed at you.
Yes.
Would you like to expand upon that, Ms. Sharif? Yes, sir.
Yes, I certainly will. Yes, sir. Well, you know, at that time, there was quite a few brothers in the mosque that was not really doing that much. And these lieutenants had squads, and they couldn't really get the brothers to really. The measuring stick was by the pushing the Final Call newspaper. They couldn't hardly get the brothers to do anything at that time. So I asked the captain, and so the captain said, "Look, but Captain, why don't you let me have all the men that, you know, you can't get no work out of?" And then the lieutenants, but they were gladly to give me the men out of each squad. They were so glad, and they laughed at me. I said, okay. So I took the brothers, and they came with me gladly. But what I did was, first thing I did was I took the brothers downtown in Washington, D.C. to the most beautiful restaurant that they had there. And some of the brothers had never been to no restaurant. Some have never seen inside. Because, you know, we still territory. We were on like Southeast Washington at that time. They would just stay in their community. And if we didn't go and get them, bring them to the mosque, they would not come. And it's still that way in most cities today. They just stay in their area.
Yes, you're right.
So
you're right.
I took them downtown, got them we got a nice long table. We didn't have no money during that time, Holly. But I set them all down. What I did, I went down, I just ordered coffee. I They came out and set up calls. And then I started talking to the brothers to get to know the brothers. But the brothers were looking around, and they were looking at all the ambiance and chandeliers. Some of them had never, believe it or not, they had never been in no elegance. They'd never seen that kind of stuff. And live right there and said, it was really free. All you had to walk in. But they never left on this side of town. And for them to sit down at this table, and they told me some of them had never even seen no real china at no table like that. Our people come from poverty. You know, that what some people take for granted, most people don't even have it. So we sat around, and I went around the table and let each one tell me something about your life, who you are. The brother, man, I didn't know it at the time until they started talking. I just got out of jail about 6 months ago. I said, you was in jail for, man, I killed brother. I said, oh, God, I got killed. When they went around the table, I said, Lord Jesus. But they were good brothers, man. They just circumstances got them in that trouble.
Indeed.
And some of the brothers, stone killers, man, started crying. They said, Brother Shoot, at the time, Brother William, nobody never took the time to even talk to us like this. Nobody never asked me nothing like this. Nobody never brought me into an environment like this. And I went around the table with everybody, and in so doing, I got to know them. Yes. And I didn't judge them. I was a little far time taught us, you don't judge our people. So then we got a bond going. So then the next day, fast forward, I told them all to meet me at tomorrow at 6 o'clock that evening. 6 o'clock that evening, I told them, look, what we're going to do, we're going to place an order for the paper. And I got an agreement from each one of them. And that's how I named our squad, God Squad. And I want to do something we had to live up to. We had to live up to that name. And, man, the brothers was fired up because here's another black man falling in love with another black man, and wasn't no homosexuality thing going on. It was just real love, showing love to the brotherhood, man. And then that day after I told that, I put them in a van. We took them. It's a place in Washington, D.C., where black people got big, nice mansions called the Gold Coast. I took them and rolled them up in the Gold Coast. Somebody had never been in that area. And then we got out of the van, and we were standing on the street because I was standing there talking. I was showing. I said, see them big, pretty mansions? Black people own that. They was looking with amazement because they never have gone over there. And there was a gentleman, and it was a gentleman in his yard doing a little landscaping, and he saw and overheard what I was saying to the brothers, right? So he said, he came over and introduced himself and said, that's my home. And he said, look, would you all love see what it looks like? I said, yes, sir, brother. He allowed us to come into his living room. Oh, it was cold-blooded in there. And he just showed them how he worked and showed the brothers' mind was blown because they never thought that they would ever enter a mansion.
Right.
Oh. And after he talked to us about what he was doing and how long he lived there, showed us the house on the first floor, and I took the brothers back out, man, they was blown. Along with me, because I had never been in that mansion over there either.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I said, we could have the same thing. Each one of you could have the same thing. Oh, man, it was glued in. Then we went back and I said, now, what are we going to do? I said, now, we're going to place an order for the Final Call newspaper, and we're going to beat all the lieutenants that's there. I said, we're going to beat everybody. They said, that's right. So that's when I ordered the first order was 2,500 paid Final Call. And the closest lieutenant was just only doing 1,000. Man, shit. We hit that. I said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to meet there tomorrow for prayer the next morning, 5 o'clock. And then we're going to go out, because everybody, whoever's working, you don't have to be to work till 9 o'clock. You can leave early enough. We go into the bus stop, so you just jump on the train and go to your job. And that's how we started, man. And we built a bond, and then we built it, and we became the largest paper seller, and we were selling 33,000 Final Calls totally with everybody. When we finished a week, we was beating our headquarters at that time.
Come on.
Because of true brotherhood, showing love to the brotherhood. That's how we started. Sorry it took so long, but I just wanted to say
No, that's the purpose of this show. And
yes,
thank
sir.
you for that expansion, because as I was reading earlier, everything you just said is exactly, brothers and sisters who are listening, everything Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad is talking about is in his book. You just described pages 55, if you would, all the way to 67. You further, yes, sir. You just gave us the quick version of it, yes, sir. And if I may, what brought me to tears when I first read it was the story of the brothers, as you said earlier, who were actually coming out of prison. It reminded me when I was first assigned as a lieutenant. Basically, I had the same occurrence, and now not to your magnitude of success, of course. And this is about 20 years ago. And the brothers, the captain gave me the brothers that no one else wanted to deal with. And and I said, brothers are brothers to me. And so I had a squad of 15 brothers that were basically the rejects of the mosque, if you would. And they weren't rejects. They just needed somebody to talk to. And that's exactly what I did. I had young brothers fresh out of high school, and I had some older brothers who've been in the nation 30 years and were, as I say, old and miserable. And so I had a mix of all of that, and basically the captain was having trouble talking and communicating with them. But these brothers responded to what I did. Until this day, Ms. Sharif, the captain in that city was a brother in my squad, you know. And so he was the brother who wanted to give up, and I encouraged him while he was I was his lieutenant, and now he took that encouragement and he became our captain in that particular city in southeast Virginia. By Allah's permission, I thank him for that. The brother Brother Khalifa, who was once on your student ministry team, I was his lieutenant in Virginia, and he was one of the brothers that was given up on by the captain and whatnot. No one wanted to deal with Brother Khalifa, and I became friends with him because and this is how I met the founder of Nat Turner Library, because his father is the founder, and I said I wanted to learn more about the brother, so I met his father and I met him, and here we are today. And so if there's any lieutenants that are listening, and I mean even with other groups like the Hebrew Israelites and whatnot, they have people who are over men. What Student Minister Sharif is describing in his book is something that I've learned from him. You have to have patience with these brothers and sisters because we all come from circumstances, but we need some kind of love and understanding. And thank you. Yes, sir. Did you want to comment further on that, Ms. Sharif?
I just want to make sure I tell the brothers and sisters who's listening, please, especially now while everybody is in their homes, please purchase the book. It's a good read. You heard Brother Michael say he was crying. The book is a good read. Please purchase the book. And Brother Michael, can you just tell them where they can get the book at? Because I heard you give it to them the first time. Please.
Absolutely. Brothers and sisters, well, there's a couple places. One, to go directly and buy it, go to www.abdulsharif.com. That's www.abdulsharif.com. And it's a good site, Ms. Sharif. It's a beautiful site where people you have up if you have any events coming up like book signings when that's available, when all this COVID-19 stuff is done, you're going to update the site, I'm sure, and have your people update it so that way people can see it. But AbdulSharif.com, and so there's a brother here in Atlanta who wanted to give a shout out to you. He said, "This is our brother. We love him." So we have a couple of brothers here in Atlanta say they love you. They love the work you've been doing. So yes, sir, Ms. Sharif, you got much love here in Atlanta. He returns the love to you, brothers and sisters who are listening. There's another section of the book that I want to share with the audience that was one of the best ones that leads me to where we talked about it 2 years ago, but I wanted to go a little deeper in it because now you wrote about it, and that is on chapter 14, page 143 of the book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. NOI Security, NOI Security.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if I may, Mr. Reef, I got a treat. Your son, Brother Joshua, did an interview 4 years ago with his sister called Donna Muhammad.
Yes.
She used to work for you in NOI Security.
Yes, sir.
I have about 5 minutes of her testimony to the effectiveness of NOI Security back then, because, you know, you and I can talk about it. I was a teenager back then, and I heard on the news how effective NOI Security was. And, of course, you were the president and the CEO of NOI Security, so people are going to believe it. But I want them, the audience, to hear someone else testify to how good, you know, NOI Security was for the people, and then ultimately what happened with NOI Security. Okay, praise be to Allah. Brothers and sisters, this clip here, it was done by Brother Joshua, the son, if you would. He was interviewing a sister named Donna Muhammad. She was working at NOI Security up in D.C. I'd like y'all to hear her testimony. Here it is.
You told me that you worked for NOI Security. Can you explain to us what it was like working for NOI Security at that time, and what was the climate during that time?
That was a very interesting time. I had moved to D.C. just a few years after the dope busters had cleaned up Mayfair Mansions and had begun to establish security firms. The NOI Security was established. And in fact, I was living with a sister. I lived with two sisters at a time who lived in Mayfair Mansions after that, and who cleaned it up after the dope busters, who were the FOI. And I encourage us to, let me just put this plug in there. I encourage the believers to purchase the book that our editor, Richard Muhammad, wrote, because he was also an original member of the Dope Busters.
Yes, ma'am.
And he tells the story, and this story needs to be included in our history classes. We got to know how that came about, and the strength and the power of the faith that they had under the current leadership of the captain at that time, Brother Abdul Sharif Muhammad, William Muhammad at that time, who went in unarmed into the largest open-air drug market in the country. That sat in our city's nation's capital. So they went in, they cleaned it up. Accolades came in from around the world for the work that they did. So I moved to D.C. just a couple of years after that. And I came to work I was working part-time for the Respect for Life bookstore that Dr. Aleem had established, and Sister Yvette. And then I also started working for NOI Security, NOI SA as it was known. And I started in the Central Command Post. Because by then, quite a few contracts had been established, and most of them were centralized in housing projects in very rough areas, not the most pleasant of areas. I remember Clifton Terrace being one of the most volatile projects that the brothers patrolled, and we have to keep in mind they were unarmed. We were not armed, because that is not our way. We don't believe in carrying weapons.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But they went in armed with the faith of God. And first of all, the beauty of NOI Security is that it provided employment for our people. It was not just registered members of the Nation of Islam working for NOI Security, and it wasn't even just brothers. There were sisters and brothers, black men and black women, working for NOI Security on the different sites. So one, first and foremost, it provided employment. That is significant. Secondly, it allowed us to provide charity. They set up a system to where we could actually have charity taken out of our paychecks, just like how you have Social Security and everything else taken out of your paycheck.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We could have charity taken out of our checks, and it would be directly deposited to the mosque account. So NOI Security accounted for a lot of charity coming into Muhammad Mosque No. 4 to help support efforts to do more things.
Praise be to Allah.
So that was wonderful. doing the charity. So you had people who were not members of the Nation of Islam wanting to do that, wanting to give charity to the mosque. But during that time, also, NOI security was under attack. But Representative Pete King came after NOI security because we were becoming the recipients of HUD contracts.
Yes, sir.
The housing and urban development is what HUD stands for.
Yes, sir.
And in truth, the Nation of Islam was very NOI security, which was owned by Brother Sharif. Not the nation, but the nation was the beneficiary of it. We're very well deserving of these contracts because we went into the community where our people were forgotten, where during the time of the largest open-air drug market, we got to remember this was in the nation's capital of D.C. Mayfair is not that far from the Capitol building, where they were not being effective, where elder people were afraid to come out of their homes. Children were not playing. It was on lock by drug dealers. And the Nation of Islam, the brothers of the FOI, they came in and cleaned that up and then commenced to clean up other areas. Who cared about us but us? Nobody. So they're deserving because money goes out to any number of organizations under any number of nonprofit names and who aren't doing half the work, who are not doing half the work. So Pete King went to work to try to disconnect us from the funds and the support, though we're doing what the government dollars wasn't doing.
Yes, ma'am.
And so they started this concentrated attack on NOI security. And then they tried to say we were discriminatory in our housing our hiring practice. So at this time, I had moved from being central control dispatch to I was actually working in the office, serving as front office receptionist. And there were rumors that they were going to start sending, because they tried to act like we would only hire black people. So there were rumors that they were going to send in some white applicants. And so Brother Sharif said, fine, come on in. They can be hired. We'll give them the opportunity. And we'll send them to Clifton Terrace. And keep in mind, when the roughest places, we're unarmed. So you're not going in there armed because you got to go in there for the love of the people because you can't be mishandling them either. See, we didn't go into these places with the mindset of the police. Yes, it's to clean it up, but it's to clean it up, one, for the benefit of our people, but for the residents, too. We don't want to just change the mind of those who are inside their doors. We want to also help the people who are inflicting some of these crimes and atrocities on our own people because we know this is a learned behavior. We know where we got it from.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Sharif, that's the end of that clip.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, brother, we give a quick station identity. Brothers and sisters, you're listening to Nat Turner Library Radio, March 26, 2020. We're on live with student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, talking about his book and his life experience, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, Part 1, In the Beginning. You can buy it at www.abdulsharif.com, www.abdulsharif.com. Ms. Sharif, would you like to comment on what Sister Donna Muhammad's testimony was about your great work?
Yes, praise be to Allah. I just want people to know that work was done. I want everybody to remember this now. By divine guidance of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. The Honorable Louis Farrakhan, I was on that phone with him every day. He gave me guidance. So I want everybody to know that. That just didn't just happen. That happened by divine guidance. For us, I want you to think about this now. For human beings, they have faith in God, Allah, that the largest open-air drug market in the nation's capital. And we went in with no weapons but the weapon of faith. And we went in that area and cleaned it up in 2 days. You can pull it up right now. Y'all let the Google it. Washington Post about the dope busters. They say we did in 2 days what the police didn't do in 2 years.
That's right.
And by us going in there with the help of Allah, we cleaned that area up, and then the seniors, the elderly could come out, the children could come out and play in the yard again, and the press came from all over the world to see that miracle that they saw taking place. And that was Allah with us all the time when we went in. Not one brother was hurt.
Come on.
And they had all kind of weapons out there. But we were taught, trust in your God. You're supposed to fear no one but Allah. And that's how the kind of faith we had. We fear no one but God. And we went in there with the help of God, and it was like a magnet. We did it there. Allah blessed us to clean it up there. Then paradise. Then all over the city they started calling us. And then it was the Jews.
Come on.
That was angry with us because we was getting government contracts that we got fair. And we bid it and we won those contracts. And they didn't like the fact that we was connected to the Honorable Farrakhan. So that's why Peter King and all his brothers too, they came after us to try to stop it. And this is the first time it ever happened in America or anywhere that the Congress of the United States subpoenaed a security company, NYC Security, and brought us before Congress because of what the Jews said.
Yes,
and
sir.
if you can go right now, you can go get CNN 3. Right now, you can pull it up tonight when you ain't doing nothing in the house and look at it. But it's 5 hours and 30 minutes. You can look at it in
Yes,
part.
sir, it is. Yes, sir.
That God blessed us. We won in the court. We beat the Jews in the Congress and won the case.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and the Jews, they say we should have power for these Jews up. These Jews, they brought 3 of them from out of New York. And they've got chairs and sat down in their car. You look at the car, they already got these chairs already set up. No, they brought 3 chairs and they sat right in the front row. If you look at the movie, you look at the video, you'll see it. But they set 3 chairs there for them. Supposed to be the most powerful Jews coming out of New York to sit and watch because they were flexing their muscles because they thought the Secretary of State of HUD at that time was there. They thought they was going to intimidate him. But if you listen to the hearing, he stood with us 100%. Oh, and they got so angry that they got up. The 3 got up out of the doggone hearing. And that's how they always do when they lose. And then you watch it. They get angry and they walk out when they lose. We beat them in the court. But they got us back in the streets. And when I say they got us back in the streets, because what they did, I'm talking about, we had almost close to 1,000 black people, women, and children all over this country working for NYC Security, taking care of their families, doing an honest living. And they went after we had Holiday Inn, the hotel chain. We were just getting ready to go all over the country with them. We had their headquarters. We had UPS, Federal Express, their headquarters in D.C. We had them. They was getting ready to let us get all their sites. But we just hit the news, and the Jews were so angry. The man called me in the Holiday Inn. I'll never forget this. He called me into his office. He said, Mr. Muhammad, y'all the best we ever had. But we're going to have to let you all go. I said, why? He said, because the Jews told me if I didn't fire you all, they would pull their conventions out of all of the hotels around the country. He said, so I'm going to have to let you go. They did that all around the country. That's how they got NYC Security. They frightened the contractors. So they do have power. They frighten the contractors. But God, they can't frighten God.
That's right.
We here again. We back. We ain't go nowhere. They took those contracts and take them. But God is great. And I'm saying now, what we're doing now, you see, I came out with a book to tell a story, and I'm going to tell a story with a real deal. The back of everything the Honorable Farrakhan has been saying. They are anti-black. I'm saying it boldly. Yes, they are. Some of you want to say some of them your best friend. Yeah, right. Anti-black. Right.
Come on.
And now we're coming out to tell the story. And we got a new magazine coming out, Brother Michael, called Rise.
Yes, sir.
We've been advertising it on the social media. It'll be coming out soon, and we want our brothers to advertise in that magazine because we want it to be successful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're coming out and don't want you to buy the water. We're coming with the water. They're not going to stop us. You all got to buy. Brother Mike buys 10 cases every month. He know that water is about the best water on the planet.
Right.
So we got this called Supreme Spring Water. And the magazine is called Rise. You got to get it. It'll be coming out real soon. So I want you to advertise in it. But then at least buy it if you don't even advertise in it. Let's support black businesses. They can't stop us if we support one another.
That's right.
So purchase that book. Go right to your computer right now and buy this book. If you want to get even with them, buy the book right now.
Now, if I may, Ms. Sharif, you're talking about chapter 14 of the book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, brothers and sisters, the story of Abdul Sharif Muhammad, part 1 in the beginning. Everything that you are stating, Ms. Sharif, is on page 150. If I may take a moment just to read verbatim what you had here is testifying exactly what you said. HUD, and this is on the top of that page, 150 of your book, HUD made it clear that we did not discriminate against employees, that NOI Security was not owned by Minister Farrakhan. They had testimonies from over 1,000 residents that said we were a positive influence on the communities that gave us contracts. They could not find one complaint from any resident.
Not one.
Not one. Even Barbara Bush, First Lady of the United States of America, commended us.
That's
but
right.
the Jew hated your work. And
that's right.
that brings me to the point, Ms. Sharif, that I want to ask you a question about history, the history. And I only know of 3 people, maybe 4, that were mentioned historically in the Nation of Islam's history, maybe 5, that were brought before a congressional hearing like this. If I remember right, they censored the Honorable Ms. Louis Farrakhan, our teacher and guide, back in the 90s, I believe. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. They did the same to Dr. Khalid, if I remember right, after he made the comments at King College. And then, but in both of those cases, the censorship was in absentia. Neither the Honorable Ms. Louis Farrakhan and Dr. Khalid was there. They were never there to testify. They just did it without them being there. Is that right?
Right. That's right.
Okay. However, your company, and all the details of NOI Security were sitting front and center for 5 hours, being drugged over and ran over in every detail of everything that was ever done on NOI Security, and you were victorious over them.
That's right.
And so my statement to the audience, and brothers and sisters, Mr. Sharif didn't pay me to say this. He didn't give me any special favors. I'm saying this because my wife would tell you, Mr. Sharif, that I'm a keep it real kind of brother. I talk to a lot of people, but there are not any black people that I know, save the Honorable Ms. Louis Farrakhan, that would have survived what you went through. I don't know any minister in our nation that would have survived what you went through with that congressional hearing and the loss of business, the millions of dollars that was lost, and you still are fighting.
Millions. Yes, sir.
Millions.
And I like to say, if I'm telling you, if I like for your listening orders right now, they can Google Dope Busters right now and look up the ADL report what they did they did it personally on me, and see how many millions of dollars that I was making. They tracked every dime down. They tracked it. I was making, and we was making, the NOI company. We was making. They said we was making at that time $20 million a month, but we were making more than that. They just couldn't track. They tracked it $20 million a month. Look at how much money a black man was making during that time.
Come on.
And they were so angry. that they had to take Congress to come after us. Look what they did. And we was hiring black people. We was cleaning up business drugs out of the black neighborhood and taking brothers and sisters off the street and cleaning them up and making them productive citizens. And it was the Jews that came after us and stopped that.
Yes, sir.
But God
yes,
is great. God is, I just want to tell the truth. That's all.
And you do in this book. And brothers and sisters, this is everything we're talking about, brothers and sisters, is in this book and more. So, a lot of the so-called rumors, people say, oh, I heard this, I heard it, don't bust this. If you want to know, get this book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, by Abdul Sharif Muhammad. Go to the site, abdulsharif.com. I want to give one more recognition to you before I want to talk about Supreme Spring Water, and I want to talk about where we are today in your work. And I want to give recognition to you, Ms. Sharif. In my office at my house, I have laminated an article from Final Call on page 30, July 7th, 2015. I had this laminated. It was highlighting when you received the Social Justice Award.
See, most people don't know nothing about that.
Well, I do.
Yes, sir.
I got it laminated, and it's sitting on my wall. Because for those naysayers, and I'm talking to those who don't understand the value of student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, for whatever silly reason, and I'm saying this as your brothers, to those who are listening, if you don't value student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing a disrespect to him and Allah. And let me explain why in this article. If I may read an excerpt from this article, highlighting this. It says here on paragraph 2, the Southern Regional Representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, was given the Social Justice Award and named one of the top 30 clergy leaders in Atlanta. This prestigious award was given by the concerned black clergy of metropolitan Atlanta during the annual Salute to Black Fathers dinner. It took place on June 19th. And I'm going to go further into that. It says here that Student Minister Abdul Sharif was named among the top 30 clergy out of 30 that were awarded. Out of those that were awarded, he was the only Muslim that was recognized. And this attests to the fact that Student Minister Sharif has worked diligently to tighten the bond between Muslim and Christian communities, following the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. One example of this is that the Atlanta Student Minister Sharif has instituted regular church visitations to show fellowship with the different Christian communities throughout Metro Atlanta. Over 100 churches have been visited in Atlanta. Through these visitations, partnerships have been formed to engage in proactive organizing for the good of our people. Ms. Sharif, you deserve every recognition that this article gave, the Social Justice Award, and you deserve any time. I'd like you to comment on the receiving of that award, if you would.
Well, I thank Allah for the Honorable Louis Farrakhan guidance, and he told me when I come to the city to get out of the mosque and into the street to make friends. And that's what we did, exactly what he told us to do, and we would go visit the churches, the concerned black clergy. We joined them, became a member of the concerned black clergy. The pastors out in DeKalb County joined their association. We got out in the community and worked the community and worked with the pastors, man. And they saw that we believe in Jesus too. And they saw that, man, because the enemy had put out there that the Muslims don't believe in Jesus. But when we got the opportunity to get close to them and talk to them and let them know you can't even be a Muslim if you don't believe in Jesus, they didn't know that.
That's right.
But once Allah blessed us to break those barriers down that Dr. Louis Farrakhan was doing up north, they welcomed us with open arms. And they saw that we was brothers over each other. And that's why when they gave the award, I really was kind of shocked. But it was because the work that all of us were doing down here, out in the streets and visiting the churches and helping the people. And I just thank Allah for the brotherhood and the sisterhood here in Atlanta that was always supporting me. Yeah, thank you.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you. Ms. Sharif, do you want to take a couple minutes to see, for me to, if you don't mind, I want to see if the audience has any questions for you. Are you willing to take any questions? Okay,
yes,
brothers
sir,
and sisters, we got about another 15 minutes in the show. I'm going to take quick questions or comments from the audience. Please make it brief. 515-605-9762. We are live on March 26, 2020 with student Mr. Abdul Sharif Muhammad. We're going to play some commercials real quick, and we'll get right back to it after this. Please hold, student Mr. Sharif. We'll get right back to you. We'll see if anybody has any questions.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home. This is your sister, Angel Muhammad, offering to the public a quality cotton protective washable face mask. It comes in various colors and sizes to fit your style. For more information, please contact me at 937-624-9764 or visit my Instagram page at I Am Learning at Home.
Bellevue Spa wants to help you with your healthy journey. You can call us at 678-769-5772, or you can check out the Healthy Quest tab on BellevueSpa.com. With the coronavirus running rapid through the countries, we ship nationwide, offering immune-boosting products such as elderberry syrup, sea moss gel and supplements, and don't forget your date syrup. Can all be purchased at BellevueSpa.com, or you can call us at 678-769-5772 to place your order. Sea moss is a great anti-inflammatory. It has anti-cancer properties, 92 of the 103 minerals the body needs to boost your immune, and it aids in weight loss. We call it a superfood. Elderberry is great for colds, cough, builds the immune system. It eases sinus pain, back and leg pain, nerve pain, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Elderberry helps with constipation, hay fever, and allergies. Call Bellevue Spa at 678-769-5772 to place an order or check out our website at BellevueSpa.com, BelleJuspa.com, and check out the Healthy Quest tab.
All right, brothers and sisters, we are back. Yes, student Mr. Sharif, are you there, sir? Student Mr. Sharif, are you there, sir? Okay. Brothers and sisters, we are live still here at the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. We'll get student Mr. Sharif on here in just a moment. Okay, and what we have is a sister named Sister Tidra. Sister Tidra X, are you there, sister?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Well, alaikum salam. Sister Tidra, we're going to try to get Minister Sharif back on just a moment. And
yes,
but what I wanted to say is this here. You wanted to bear witness to the book, and let's see if we can get Mr. Sharif. Are you there, sir? Okay, I think we may have lost the connection with him. So hold tight. But while we're getting connected back with Mr. Sharif, I want you to comment to the audience, Sister Tidra. You said you actually purchased the book?
Absolutely. I purchased the book and just been fired by the book. Very, very inspirational. You know, in the nation, you're either born in the nation or you are the only person in your family that is in the nation. And so for me, it's always a pleasure to hear stories of those who are the only ones in their family in the nation when they got their calling. And so to, read that and be a part of that and see from the beginning and how things happened, where he started from, to the point where he worked up to where he was touring, and walked with and was guided by and secured Jesus, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. How could you not want to read this book and get that information and get a peek on the inside of who this man is?
Absolutely.
Mr. Sharif, as well as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Very, very inspiring. So I just want to bear witness to the book. I so enjoyed the book. It is definitely, for me, a mandatory read for every person around the world. It is definitely a salute to the soldier and the movement.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. Sister Tidra, thank you for that testimony. Thank you for being a believer. And we thank you for getting on. We're going to try to get Ms. Sharif back on. I think we're having a technical difficulty, but I can tell you on his behalf, he thanks you for your purchase, and we thank you for the testimony. And yes, it is a read that I think everyone should get. So, Sister Tidra, inshallah, we'll continue to listen in, and we'll try to see if we can get Ms. Sharif back on. Okay, thank you, Sister.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Sharif, are you there? Let's see if we got you in here now. Okay, I think we're having some kind of technical difficulty, brothers and sisters. But what we want to do, because we got about 10 minutes, brothers and sisters, I want you to do two things. If you have not, or if you know someone who has not purchased this book, go to the site, www.abdulsharif, ABDULSHARRIEFF.com. And you have the ability to buy this book. He'll ship it to you. And it is a good, excellent read. As we were saying, there's a lot of information in here. He got over 20 chapters, okay, and each chapter is a segment of his time, including his time with the minister during his vision. We have sections of the book, Mr. Reese has sections about his quality of commitment, his time during the Million Man March, the Power Movement, if those who remember. That was the product line that was started during the late 80s, early 90s, okay. And also, Ms. Sharif, as you know, is a businessman who's had many, many businesses over the years. And one of the businesses that we want to make sure that you support is the Supreme Spring Water. Okay? It's a simple website. All you have to do, brothers and sisters, is if you're living in the Atlanta metro area, that's better. If you want truckloads, pallet load, which is, I think, 72 cases, 24 bottles of water per case, then Ms. Sharif said we can talk about transporting. So what I'd like you to do, if you're interested in the water, and let me be the first to tell you, because one of the things that I know is that if you don't have water that you drink, if you're drinking tap water, I want to tell you there's about 70 to 80 toxins in there. Half of them are poisons that are carcinogenic, which means they cause cancer. So do not drink tap water. If you're drinking Dasani water, if you're drinking that Nestle Pure Life water, brothers and sisters, don't do that to your body. Don't do that to your system. I'll say it again. Don't drink that water that's toxic. Drink pure spring water. Now, I'm saying this not just because this is Student Ms. Sharif's water. This water has been compared, brothers and sisters, to the finest water. And the finest water that you can see. I think we got Ms. Sharif back on.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sharif, are you there, sir? All
yes,
praise to Allah. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir, he is. He don't like the truth that you're speaking, but we got you back on. Ms. Sharif, we got about 7 minutes, so I want you to. We had a sister. I don't know if you was able to hear. We had a sister, Tidra X, here in Atlanta, who was bearing witness earlier while we had the technical difficulty. She was bearing witness. Oh, yeah. Well, I think we still have her. If you want, if she was just bearing witness to the beauty of your book. Now, let me see if you want. Let me see if we can get her back on just for a moment here. Sister Tidra, are you still there, Sister Tidra?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All praise to Allah, Ms. Sharif.
You're welcome,
yes,
sir.
What sounds, Sister Teacher?
All right, Sister Teacher, you want to talk?
Brother Mike said you
yes,
was
ma'am, go
there on the book. I wanted to hear you. I didn't hear you. I was off there. She had disconnected me, but I wanted to hear what you had to say.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I was just saying that, you know, in the nation, you're either born in the nation or you're the only one out of your family that's in the nation. And so for me, it's always a pleasure to hear the stories of when those people, when the ones that, you know, are the only ones in the nation in their family, when they got their, you know, their calling. And so just to be able to read that from the beginning where you started all the way up to everything that you went through and everything, all the work that you put in and the fact that you know, you walked with and was guided by and toured with Jesus, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I was saying I don't know why you would not want to get the book and experience that and get a peek inside who he is and some of the experiences that were shared and all the work that was done from the dope busters to you always making sure you were there to provide security. Every time he moved, you all moved. So just it was very, very inspirational for me. For me, it's a mandatory read, and I thank Allah for the timing and that it was the right time for you to release this and tell the story. And this is just part one, so you know it would behoove you all to get a copy of your book of the book. So I just wanted to bear witness to it.
Thank you very much, Sister Teacher.
Absolutely.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you, Sister Tidra. Thank you. Continue to listen in. Minister Sharif, I echo what Sister Tidra had just said. You know, I read books, and like I said earlier in the show, I've talked to I've interviewed people with doctorate degrees, people who are great orators. That kind of stuff really don't mean too much to me, to be honest with you. My wife will tell you. I like to deal with folk. I like to deal with folk who have done it, who are doing it, and that's you, Minister Sharif. And so thank you. We got about 5 minutes.
Thank you on this one. No more questions?
Yes,
Nobody has any questions?
Well, not that I've seen. We had a bunch that called in, but we got 5 minutes, and I want to take an opportunity to talk about the water and the second book, which is The Great Ambassador of Love. There's another book here, a great pictorial book called The Great Ambassador of Love, A Soldier's Journey with the Honorable Miss Louis Farrakhan. And it is a wonderful, wonderful early year to current pictorial of yourself and your sojourn within the Nation of Islam. How can someone get this book? Is it also on the site, Abdul Sharif?
It's on the same site, yes, sir, on Abdul Sharif. Please get that book. It's pictures that have never been seen by anybody before. You know, the picture of my journey with the minister all overseas, meeting with the king, meeting on the wall, places that you all heard the minister speak of, but you can see the pictures and see the actual fact to back up everything Honorable Louis Farrakhan has been saying. Those are pictures that bear witness that we just brought out with the second book. So you all need to get it. You will definitely enjoy it.
And I like one of my favorites is the Dope Buster photo, which is on the internet, but you have an actual writing from someone wrote on there. I think it was one of your sons that talked about yourself, Dr. Aleem, Brother Ronald, Brother Alfonso, Brother Henry, and I believe it's another brother. I can't really read his name, but at least in the Dope Buster photo, we know who was there in your time at Washington, D.C. And so that's a great pictorial book. And I was telling the audience while we were having those technical difficulties the importance of drinking pure water. And how are we right now on getting water? If someone wanted to get a truckload, are we able to do so?
Yes, you can get a truckload right now if you really wanted to get it. Matter of fact, all the water you want, all you got to do is place the order. And some Green Spring water, we ready for you to order and let's bring it to you. I mean, I know right now with the shells up there at most of the stores, you need to get this water. Like Brother Mike was telling you, this water has been compared to the top water in this country. And it's pure spring water. I have a doctor that buys the water every month. And matter of fact, in our newsletter that Sister Aziza writes every month, the doctor wrote an article about the water he buys and give it to his patients. So I'm telling you, the water is the best. And you need to support black businesses. So please, everybody, buy the water, buy the book. Anywhere anybody got anything black. And I need you all right now to support Brother Michael with his radio program. So, Brother Mike, where can they do it? I don't want to do it in talk. I want you all to send some money right now to Brother Michael so he can keep this beautiful radio program going. So, Brother Mike, tell him where he can send the money right now. I don't want no
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I want the support to help you because we need more people supporting us. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, what you can do, brothers and sisters, as I was saying at the beginning of the show, you can go to bromichaelmuhammad.com, BROMichaelMuhammad, bromichaelmuhammad.com, and if you click on the shop section, I have my book that I wrote called Checkmate: The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, The Black Woman, and I have some great T-shirts, conscious T-shirts that are there for you to purchase. I'm shipping all over the country, and if that's not your fancy, I have some fragrant essential oils from the Asiatic black lands, from your brothers and sisters in the East, and you can purchase any of those and give me a call directly. My phone number's there, and we can decide what you want and how you want to get it. And that's how you can support the radio program today. So thank you for that opportunity, Ms. Sharif. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I want you all to do it right now. Somebody buy a shirt, buy the oil, do something that show support where we can keep Brother Michael and his radio program going because it's so important for us. So do that right now, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. We got 2 minutes, Ms. Sharif, and I want to give you the closing remarks for the 2 minutes here. Take this opportunity to say whatever's on your heart to say to the audience.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Brother Mike, for giving me the opportunity to speak on your radio program. I want to thank the listening audience for listening, and I want you all to go and buy that book right now. I want you to buy A Soldier in the Movement of Christ. Support me in that by buying that book and the magazine that's coming out soon called Rise. And get the water. Get the water. You got to have the water. So, purchase the water. So, look, those are the things that I would like to say. That book and Part 2 coming out. Well, you think Part 1 is hot. Oh, wait till Part 2 come out. You want to know more about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan? You buy this book. You get the book. So, support us. And I want to thank you. I love you all. Let's show support. Stay out of this madness because it's real out there. This virus madness. Until it's gone. Take care of your family. Stay close to your family. Love your children. Love your family. Love yourself. May Allah bless you all. We love you. Show the support for one another. And may Allah God bless you all with the light of understanding. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, alaikum salam, brothers and sisters. You have heard from student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad, the Southern Regional Minister of the representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, a man who we laid out evidence of his worthiness to be titled a soldier in the movement of Christ. I speak none other than our guest who has just left the airwaves, a student minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, buy that book. Go to www.abdulsharif.com. Coming up this Sunday, since it'll be March 29th, brothers and sisters, we have a man who's been on in the past coming. That is Dr. Ridgely Mumeen. We're going to talk about food survival during a great catastrophe, and it'll be your first time you can order the staple goods in your region. If you don't know what staple goods are, listen to this show. Coming up on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same place. What is staple goods? What's available? What's the importance of it? How can we distribute in this disaster? And what can you buy now so that you can survive? That's coming up on Sunday, right here in the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Go to the YouTube page. Type in Nat Turner Library. Go to my site, bromichaelmuhammad.com. Go to supremespringwater.com. Go to abdulsharif.com. Assalamu alaikum, family.